And we're here in another beautiful sunny day on Route 62 at Glen Farm. And with me here, I have Claudette. Now, Claudette has got a lovely story. Claudette and Andy has moved from England to South Africa. It was one of those quick ones, if I'm not mistaken, of buy a farm in Africa and let the parents know. So, Claudette, if you could give us a little bit of a background of how you landed in South Africa and mostly how you landed here on Route 62 in Montagu.
Okay, so actually, myself and my husband emigrated from England around 9 years ago to rock climb. So I was actually climbing in the Cedarburg. Then I had a climbing injury. Then we decided to explore South Africa and this beautiful country. Mareletta's right. We did have a year backpacking, and then we flew back to England to say, "Now we're emigrating. We'll see you. We'll see you soon." We bought the guest farm, and we were particularly looking at Route 62 because it's a fantastic route. It gets a lot of tourists, and we knew it was a good area to open the guest farm on. So this is how we landed here, Mareletta.
Yes, and then from what you got and what you've got now is a long way. There was a famous cigarette ad that said, "You've come a long way, baby." I think you've come a heck of a long way on this farm.
Yeah.
And can you tell us how and why and what got added since you bought the farm?
Okay, so the farm was not a guest farm. The farm used to produce thoroughbred horses, and then I believe there was a horse flu. And then after that, the farm was rented out, and a gentleman was producing cheese on the farm. We took over the farm 9 years ago. We did try and farm, but being from England and never living on a farm before, we were the Grim Reapers of the farming community. So we decided to knock the farming on the head and rather farm people. So we started 9 years ago with one guest cottage, which was a workers' cottage we renovated, then another one. Then another one. And then we tried to bring a bit of glamorous camping to Africa. So we now have two unique glamping sites. And it's took us 9 years to get to this position. And it's been a very organic growth. As the farm was doing well, we did a little bit more. And now here we are, 9 years later.
9 years later, and they keep adding new things on a daily basis. I was lucky enough to be invited a while ago to come and do some archery. So we can show you around because that's another lovely thing added. How did you get to add the archery?
Okay, so my husband in England was actually an archery champion, under 16s and under 18s. And it's just a passion. He wanted to get my son involved. So we thought, yeah, why not? Let's give the people of Montagu something to entertain them. And let's offer something else to our guests, because we're now sleeping over 80 people. And we found as we've progressed to sleep more people, they don't want to move away from the farm. They want more activities on the farm. So the last couple of years have basically been giving our guests what they want. So that's seen the addition of the archery range. We're doing kayaking excursions. And this is my new venture, which is my pizzeria and kiosk bar, soon to be opening.
Yeah, so you can see that there's not a day that they're sitting still, and it looks like at night they're not sleeping either because they're coming up with new ideas. So, Claudette and guests, what are they saying about all of this?
My feedback has been amazing, but most of the renovations and the improvements on the farm are based on our guest feedback. We take the time to personally check out all guests, find out what they liked, what didn't they like. It's took me 9 years to get to the point where everybody liked everything. So I'm doing something right, and that's why we were able to actually expand in this very strange time with, COVID-19 a couple of years ago. We actually expanded, and that's due to all our positive feedback. So that's what's really driven us to carry on.
Wonderful. And I think there's a lot more to see. Now, in front of one of the latest editions. I can't keep up, actually. Every time I arrive, there's something new. But the latest edition is a pizza oven. A pizza oven. Tell us why a pizza oven.
So now, sleeping so many people on the farm, everybody wants to eat here. We're 15 kilometres from town. They don't want to drive to go and get food. They don't want to drive for that coffee. So we're trying to make sure that they stay on the farm. Pizzas, everybody loves pizzas. We're trying to do something a little bit different and make a gourmet pizza. So I've used imported pizza flour, mozzarella, Italian tomatoes. We're going down the Serrano ham route and top-notch ingredients. I'm trying to do something a little bit different. And then we've got the kiosk bar, which will be serving coffees, ice creams, milkshakes. We're just going to keep it simple, but just be able to offer our guests a little bit of something on the farm, save that drive into town.
That is, again, part of how people have holiday lately. They like to park, unplug, and stay. And that is what makes Montagu on Route 62 a destination for visitors. The fact that there is just everything on offer that they can possibly want. They don't need to go anywhere else. Anything new that there's still going to come that I don't know about, or do you still have to dream it up?
I've got many dreamt up ideas. My husband stopped some of them at the start because they're too extravagant. But the next plan actually is to develop the camping site from the micro bedrooms, convert a few more into glamping instead of camping, and then finally move the camping site. Will then be at the bottom of that mountain, and that is the only thing so far.
Cool. So there is, as you can see, still movement, and it's not stopping at any time